Ranked win-loss. 0 and 0. We are taking it back to 0 and 0. What up, Bubbles? How are you, bro? What's good? What's good? Thank you, dude. Thank you, thank you. What's up, Logic? I have no idea, dude. No idea. So, health is being nerfed. Kins and Reaver are also both being buffed. But, yeah, currently that stuff still is, like, miserable. So, yeah.
Select your god.
That's basically what's going on in the Smite world, currently. Play some Mulan. Sounds fun. But, yeah, we'll see Yogis get a bit worse tomorrow, losing 75 health. We're seeing Thebes lose 100 total health. And we are seeing Kins and Reaver independently both getting buffs. What's up, FaZe? How are you? What's up, Banana? Baby, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Do what you need to, my friend. What's up, Zandy? How are you? Hey, Kinney. Why'd you name yourself this? Kind of a long story, but just sounded nice. Thoughts on Wukong post buffs? He's alright. I think he's fine now. I thought he sucked before. I don't think he sucks anymore. Did you ever hear back and if the Brawlers thing's working on as intended? I did not know. But there is a hot fix tomorrow. You know, sometimes things get like read and you don't get replied to. So that happens a lot actually in general, not just to me. I'm not the only annoying person, I promise. Um, but yeah, so we'll find out. I don't know. Thank you, Powder, for the follow. Yeah, we'll see. So there's a little hotfix balance coming out tomorrow with a couple of you know, Kin Soul Reaver buffs and a couple of health item nerfs. Subtle ones, small ones. I don't think it'll change the game, but I think hopefully it'll make this mini bubble of a meta a little bit less awful. That's kind of the hope, I think, and because right now this patch balancing is a disaster. But again, these shifts should help. So that's kind of what you're looking for, and yeah. Today won't be the longest stream. I'll just be honest about that right now. We'll probably stream for about 3-ish hours, give or take. I have a class. I normally don't stream on Wednesdays, but I am trying to help go to a well, consistency goal, but I've been pretty consistent, so that's not really a goal. There's like a sub goal thing that I'm trying to do for the month of February, but also just, you know, I figured I was either this or take a nap, so didn't want to just take a nap necessarily. So here we are. What's up, Hands? How are you, bro? Good shit in Prime? Thank you, dude. I was playing earlier off stream. Yeah, I record videos. Axe or bluestone? Let's go bluestone here.
Wise choice.
What's up, Strange? How are you? I mean, I don't think it's gonna be like dead, but I'm not gonna be building it today. I think that's like kind of cringe, especially when, you know, it's gonna be nerfed for sure tomorrow. So maybe after tomorrow I'll give it a try.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna frag out that.
But yeah, until then. Yeah. Do you have any excuse me. Do you have any more hobbies? Yeah, I do. I'm really big into writing. I love reading as well. Those are two things I do a lot of. More so writing than reading in recent times, to be honest, but do enjoy both a ton. And yeah, that's really been what's going on recently. But once my semester finishes up and I have like more time, or even when it just gets a little bit warmer, I do like going like camping / hiking and stuff. It's just very cold right now, or it feels very cold, and I don't mind like hiking when it's cold, but I would prefer not to go camping when it's this cold. I like the springtime, you know. I think that's when it's kind of best. Or fall. How do you choose between bluestone or axe? You know, some characters like Mulan can use both pretty well. In fact, a lot of characters tend to be able to use both pretty well. So I wouldn't freak out about it too much. I would generally just copy people, but the workings behind it are actually pretty simple. It's just that some characters have a lot of instances of damage. Think Artio. I've got a ton of abilities on short cooldowns. Bluestone's going to feel really good with that. Chalk, with Aspect. Bluestone's going to feel really good on that god, you know? If I'm playing a god like Hercules, though, my instances of damage are a little less consistent.
They're missing.
And then it's kind of up to you. You can go either one, right? They're both okay. So so yeah.
Watch out mid, he might pull up. Oh yeah.
Elevated, thank you so much for the sub, bro. 6 months, how are you, goat? Thank you, dude. We're seeing Thebes get nerfed a little bit. Yogis get nerfed by 75 health, and Kins and Soul Reaver both getting buffed. It's to combat this like spur of health stacking builds. I think Yogis will be fine, Thebes will be okay. It just really depends how strong these Soul Reaver Kins buffs end up feeling. I think health builds will be better, obviously, than they were previously, but they should be worse than they are currently, which is the right approach. What's your current take on Naja? Really, really bad. I haven't actually played him yet, but he's very weak. Like, incredibly weak. I think he's the weakest release Smite 2 has ever had, and likely will go down as the weakest release Smite 2 has ever had. I don't think they'll release a character this week again. Now, I don't think it was intentional, it just kind of happened, but yeah, probably the worst god in Smite 2 history on release. I think the worst god in the game right now as well. They announced the changes an hour ago, yeah. Still a fun character, like I like Naja, he's just very, very weak. I talk about him more in my video tomorrow, maybe? But yeah, it's usually not a good thing when a character gets released weak like this because it's kind of flat. I think he's being hard carried by the fact that he's perceived as a fun character, which he is, and he's largely enjoyed. That's why, you know, he even got added in the first place because he was this top survey contestant. So I think the fact that he was desired has overshadowed the fact that he is trash. You know? Like, he is garbage. But you know, there's kind of like a, I think, and I don't, you know, I can't speak for everybody, but I just think generally speaking, there's a bit of like willingness to overlook that because it's like a god everybody really wanted. I actually think the same thing kind of happened with Chiron, especially on release when he was very buggy, where I was like, yeah, this god's definitely not good. But people were like, yeah, like Chiron's here, woo, even though, especially on release, he got slowed during his dash, like he was garbage, you know? And he's been, you know, spruced up a little bit. You know, by bug fixes and stuff, and I think Chiron's in a fine spot. I don't think he's incredibly strong. I do think his aspect's better than his base, but he's not like garbage. But again, like pre-bug fixes, he probably was, you know, so yeah. Again, I'm strictly going off of character strength here, not like personal. Like I think Chiron's awesome. I love the god. He just was weak on release.
Your right tower is under attack.
Okay, where do I go? I'll go brawlers. Wasn't Scylla super bad? It wasn't Scylla base, it was her aspect. She was like meh on release, but her aspect was unusable. Thank you, Red Eyes, for the follow. How are you, man? Yeah, I mean, Merlin was weak as well. I think Thor was quite weak as well. I remember when Thor came out. But I really don't think any of them are as bad as Naja. For reference, Naja's hovering around a 30% win rate in Obsidian Plus right now. Like, even Release New, when people were building incorrectly and going strength builds on her, she was still hovering around, you know, high 30s, low 40s. How long till they touch brawlers? Probably next patch. They won't hotfix change that, but probably next patch. I mean, I have no idea. Like, a lot of the balance stuff, if I was able to know, I wouldn't be able to, like, spoil it. But a lot of the balance stuff, quite honestly, like, people as ambassadors will suggest things, but we don't actually know if it's going to be implemented or not. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. You know, like the Bumba's nerfs in ADC, where it was generally ambassador-led as a suggestion. You know, but nobody really knew if they were going to be implemented. Honestly, we just voiced it, and if it was going to be done, great. If not, like, oh well. But, you know, it's nice that it got nerfed. It seems like Bumbus is still too strong in ADC, which is mightily unfortunate. I don't think that was super shocking, but yeah. What's wrong with brawlers? Just like stat-wise, when you read the stats of the item, it's just like the best item in the game. So yeah. This guy is just dead. This guy tried to steal my kill, dude. What the heck? For reference, by the way, so Brawlers is 40 strength, 15 prots of each, anti-heal, and then when in combat, 10% strength increases together, as well as also 10% protection increases. And that's not from items, that's everything. Doesn't Hyra's only buff gods in their casual conquest rates? No. They do a collection of everything, which I think is wrong, to be honest. Obviously, things are weighted differently, so it's probably like, you know, 70% rank conquest, 10% casual conquest, you know, 10% or whatever the other things left. I don't know the actual weighting metric, but they weigh things differently. They weigh rank conquest the most, but probably not enough, honestly. And they rank collectively from rank, so they don't, you know, I don't think looking at lower level ranks for some balancing is a bad thing, but that's why, like, you know, Nuwa gets nerfed when she's not a good character, or Aladdin doesn't get nerfed when he's a very strong character historically, and why Thor hasn't gotten nerfed. It's just more so like a bias on collective win rate. Wukong seems fine. I don't think he's amazing, but I think he's okay.
Did they increase the area that, like, the worst go?
It's just back here. Did Yogis really need the nerf? I think so, yeah. I think it was a good decision.
My bad.
What do I build? I'll go Spirit Robe, I guess.
Enemy missing.
Why does it feel like an endless cycle?
Tower is under attack.
I don't think it's an endless cycle. I think Soul Reaver and Kins were like largely not touched in this game at all. And they, especially Soul Reaver, was way too good at what it did. And it got nerfed one time by completely stripping the foundation of how it previously worked, which was like not a good design.
Tower is under attack.
And they over nerfed it, you know, and now we're here. So they're buffing it, but it's a completely different system. I don't really think there's been a cycle at all. There's definitely been a cycle with certain things in the game, I think. You know, with anti-heal, there's been a cycle. Failed one mostly, but I don't think there's been really a cycle with Hell's Tread. I haven't really seen it. And not that I can think of, at least.
An enemy
We're on
has been
gold. I
slain.
can't really do anything.
What's up,
about
Say?
it.
How are you, bro?
Oh,
Enemy missing left.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy missing.
Seems like you got them off gold. That was pretty good. Nice.
The enemy team has destroyed the Gold Fury. Your left tower is under attack.
Okay, we'll go into Spirit here, and then we're just gonna like slam on some Magic Tea probably.
Enemy missing.
Wait, I missed.
Pyro has arrived.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really kill this guy, so it's fine. Yeah, my OSL draft is actually tonight. We'll see how that goes. Should be fun, at the very least.
Ultimate is down. Ward here. Down upon you. Gank. Ward here.
To overcome our enemies.
Okay, we'll go left.
Problem.
Do you have an ideal top pick in mind? So I'm the 10th pick. I was the 7th pick, and I traded down to get the 10th pick. I do, but the thing is, like, there's been a lot of captain trades. We actually had a captain drop out to become a regular player because they swapped roles, and that was, like, permitted, and a new player got risen up to be captain. So I had, like, an initial draft board, like, idea and a pretty reasonable person I would take, but that kind of changed, especially since I got a different pick spot. So to be honest, I'm kind of like a little reflexive. I feel like I have a pretty good like pulse of player skill for the most part, so I feel fine regardless, but I don't have an obvious first pick. Like my first pick to me, and that's why I traded down, I didn't feel like from 7th to 10th, I didn't feel like there was an obvious pick that I was going to be missing out on. And I'm just going to kind of see if there's somebody who like should have been taken that doesn't, you know? And if not, then I have somebody in mind, but I don't know yet, you know what I mean? So I'll kind of just like see. Because like to me, I have like a general flow of who should get picked, but if one of those players don't get picked, by the time I'm picking, I will just take one of them, you know? There's 12 teams in the draft. gonna go shove left. Let's push this wave in. Najul does no damage. Yeah, he's the worst guy in the game. That guy blows. That's a full damage Naj. I just get for what 38 per ult hit. That shit stinks. What's up, Petruzzi? Thank you, dude. Thank you. How are you? Good luck in the draft. Thank you, man. I mean, hopefully I don't need luck. If I need luck, something went really wrong, right? But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm winging the draft because I'm not, but like, it is a reactive game, and that's really why I took a later pick, or I traded down to a later pick, because I felt like if I was in a reactive situation, I would probably squeeze out something better than most people would. So I actually like the idea of a later pick. Like if I could have gotten like first pick, I probably would have taken it, but that wasn't gonna happen. So you know, Pridwin here maybe? Yeah, sure. Brawlers is super good. Why is he so bad? I think it's mainly his ultimate does no damage. I just think he's lacking damage in general. For a character that has that much CC potential, he should be good, just off of a kit perspective. But he just doesn't feel strong. His aspect is, you know, more defensively centric. I think that'll be very good. But for a character who's designed to do damage, who doesn't do damage, it's a big issue, you know? Where is the dive? Okay, here's the good guys. Thank you. For a second I was like, what is going on? How are we losing this? But we did win it. What's up, Bobby? Yeah, I mean, the aspect comes out Friday, so it should be, you know, should be a help. I mean, of course you can play the character. He's still fun. He's just weak. Confirmed getting buffs? Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's the right move. Okay, we'll take it back. Here we go into Pridwin. And we'll go into Magical Spectral. What's up, Kirby? How are you?
On my way.
Did anyone else hear that? I did not know.
Your team has destroyed the Pyroman. Gank right lane. On my way. Attack right lane.
Enemy ultimate
On my
down.
way. Gank.
What's up, Unstable? How are you? Can I play Hades? I don't really do like God requests. If I pick him, I pick him, but I won't promise it.
Double kill. Unstoppable.
As the dev said which characters are not, they all are. There's none that are not coming.
An enemy has been slain.
GG. Yeah, I mean this
Thanks for
game
the
was
carry,
just
guys.
kind of just one. Cool. GG. Another Naja loss. There's a hotfix. I want to say I got it. I think. Well, that was a nice win. It worked out. Oh man. Okay. What's up, Marsupial? How are you? You happy with how Smite Prime has returned? So this is a kickoff, right? Like all of February has been a kickoff. Obviously, if this was like the full format, yeah, I would definitely not like that, but that's not the case. You know, I think Joust is a waste of time, honestly. Um, and I think the region splicing is not gonna be sustained, so maybe I'm wrong, but if it's not gonna be sustained, I think doing it this one time is kind of pointless, but for the time being. But yeah, no, like Smite Prime's format is gonna change in March. This February thing is intentionally how it is. Whether or not that's a great thing, it is
Select
going to
your
be changed,
god.
you know? So, yeah, obviously, I dislike the current format, but I know it's temporary, so I don't feel super strongly about it. I don't know what the next format's going to be, but I do know that it's changing. So yeah. Come Yogis is being built a lot more. So Carver relies on the lifesteal builds, which have largely been nerfed, so that's why you're not seeing that so much. Runeforged is good. It's just that Yogis, yeah, I mean, really, Yogis is just like a passive health potion or more, you know? And if you're building a lot of health, which you are currently, Yogi's value increases, where something like Runeforged would not. So, because Thebes is getting nerfed tomorrow in a hotfix, and so is Yogi's by 75 health, and Kinsen, Reverb being buffed a little bit. Maybe we'll see more Runeforged, but that's why you're seeing more Yogis right now. Thank you, Alapelli, for the follow. How are you? How much does it take for? It's a percentage of your max HP. I think it's 0.5. So it scales up. Do you think Joust is a waste? No, I'm not saying the mode's a waste. I'm saying for a tournament, it's a waste. That's all. The modes are fine. I mean, obviously I don't play Joust or Duel, but it's okay if you like them. I'm not going to be like weird about it. It just doesn't make sense for like the esports interim to have anything Joust related. What do you think about Daji solo? Really, really bad. Like, very bad. In fact, that's our Troll Thursdays tomorrow, and I'm just going to tell you guys as a bit of a spoiler, that shit did not go well. Which I knew it wasn't going to go well. What's the point of Joust? I mean, there's a lot of people who play this game who aren't like Conquest fans, right? It's a step up in difficulty and like complexity and player amount. So I think Joust is like a nice place for more casual people or people who are liking Smite but like intimidated by Conquest. And that's like a real thing. You know, if Joust never existed, would that be a good thing? I mean, maybe. I have no idea, but it does exist, so I think it helps for what it is. What's your favorite movie of all time? I actually don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Genuinely. I'll have to get back to you on that one. I really don't know.
Select your god.
What's up, Maldsboro? How are you? I'm good, man. Just a bit tired, but I am good. How are you? Are you lobbying for Arthur and Cuckoo changes? That is not how that works. I can't lobby for any god additions. That's like, we have literally zero say on that. But I do know those gods are wanted. It's not that they don't want to add them just because Arthur had technical issues and Cuckoo takes more work than other gods. And I think what this was on the Titan Talk, so I'm saying it. I think what they said is that Cucullin for, I think it was, I want to say art, or maybe it was animations, or maybe both. For certain teams, it takes a lot more time, so they need to be ahead on other stuff, which they're not ahead enough to like fit him in schedule with the current release thing, or they'd have to delay a patch to release the god. So it's like, in theory, Cucullin could come out, but it might take 3 weeks rather than 2, and that means we're getting, you know, a god less in that month or something, right? So maybe it's not 3, maybe it's 4, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm just like giving an example. But yeah, they want to keep the schedule, so that might mean certain characters, if they have some issues with them or they have extra work in certain departments, it's the same thing with Tiamat. They just won't do for the time being, because it's also like, when you really, it's not just the character, it's you have to release a skin for the character relatively shortly after, so you can justify the expense of working on them and stuff. Not like right away, but you know, ideally soon after. And so it's not just the skin you have to think about, or just the base god you have to think about. You got invited? Dude, I'm happy to hear it, man. That's awesome. Hell yeah, dude. Snow's finally melting. It is for me as well, like, gradually. It's kind of, the thing is, dude, the snow, it's like I love the snow, but it's kind of like it gets gross after a bit, because it gets like dirty, and yeah, it's just not it. Not everywhere, but some places. And like, to me, I'm like, either we need some more snow, or we need this shit to finally melt instead of staying in this like perpetual half melted phase.
To take action as well.
I have literally no clue, Binston, honestly. Sorry. Okay, Aegis acquired. Let's freaking go. What's up, fella? What's up, Judd? I'm good, man. How are you? Okay. Alrighty. Let's do it.
Minions have spawned.
Okay.
From the heavens.
I think I'm just gonna hit him as many times as I can in this lane. He is aspect with Death Toll, but like, I don't think I care, like, at all. I just outclear him and then hit him, and if he tries to hit me, I just kind of sidestep a little bit, and it's like fine, because his autos are like not consistently that good, because he's Kali. But I just need to get clear advantage, I guess. Yeah, which we have a little bit, but I need to get it better. Kind of want to. I probably should have just gotten my one. Maybe not. That was good. I kind of feel like Newt 3 is kind of funky in this game still. I don't like that your 3 can hit things that you're not really, like, that close to. Like, right there, one of my 3's off shot, and it hit, like, a minion there behind me, which was, like, quite annoying. Like, obviously there it's supposed to be a little ambiguous, and I think that's super reasonable, but sometimes it really, I feel like, screws you a little bit.
Crash upon them beyond comprehension.
This guy's pretty low. I can probably just, like, go on him here. And again, I want to play this a little careful. Like, notice my Loki is duo, so it means I'm, like, semi-gankable. So I should probably not in. So I'm not going to dash this, for example. What do you think the worst state of God has been in Smite 2? I mean, if currently, I'd say Jingwei. I feel like Jingwei is just, like, a failed character. Really, really dislike her. Her +1s in this game are terrible. They're very frustrating. She's like, her identity was a late game character, and she's not a late game character anymore. She's an every game character at all points. Just doesn't make sense. Like, I think +1s technically can just be buffs, and that's okay. But you at least then have to figure something out, and they just didn't. That god is, like, such a mess to me. My 2 didn't work there.
From the heavens.
Enemy missing middle.
Crash upon them.
What's up, Marty? How are you? Release Squan? For honest, I barely even remember. He was like, whatever.
From the heavens.
Your right tower is under attack.
Okay, we're gonna go into Chronos Pendant here.
Now you see me.
I'm just gonna Chalice.
Be right back. Out of mana. An enemy has been slain.
Time Like Aegis has been miserable. Yeah, I think the nerfs. I mean, it is a fun item. Like, I know it's rough to play into, but you know, I don't think Aegis is as bad as like Timeline was. Even if Timeline was a little less pervasive in Smite 1. Not saying Timeline was good. It wasn't. I actually dislike the Aegis nerf. Like, it was effective-ish. I do think Aegis should have kept its strength in terms of the actual active proc. I think they should have removed some prots instead of nerfing the actual ability. Because I thought the actual ability was cool. I thought the fact that it gave prots for free was not cool. And it kind of felt the same about Timeline in Smite 1. Like, obviously nobody loved playing into a Timeline god, but it, I think, would have felt reasonable if they weren't just, like, intrinsically tankier as well as being, like, second live. That didn't make sense, you know? Wow, I gave him way too much credit to use an ability well. My bad. Well, that was a bad Aegis.
From the heavens.
Whoops. See, now I'm actually gankable, which is unlucky. This guy was, like, freaking teleporting right there. What was that? You guys see that? He was, like, teleporting and the agility relic. That was not normal movement right there, I'll tell you that much.
No peace.
gonna commit to me.
Your right tower is under attack.
Okay, what are we doing here, guys? This is dreadful. It's okay.
Okay. Your right tower is under attack.
From the heavens.
Take it back here.
The enemy team has destroyed the gold. Your right tower is under attack.
Thank you, J-Dot, for the follow. How are you?
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Double kill. Your right tower is under attack.
There's Zerbs around you and you? I think the outlines of the non-filled ones, yeah.
Is under attack.
Yeah. Interesting for sure. I didn't even know this was a thing. I don't think it was a thing last time I played her, which was before patch. But maybe I'm misremembering. Don't know.
From the heavens.
Okay, I'm gonna just like hover this guy. Actually, a really good juke by him. This doesn't kill.
Has been slain.
Yeah, I played that a bit bad. I rushed it too hard. Yeah, Nude Aspect is dead for sure, which honestly is a good thing.
Double kill. Enemy triple kill. Killing spree.
Get rocks again. As always, don't need to get kills to be happy over here. Take it back. Ever thought about a Danza solo? I do it pretty often, I feel like. Every once in a while I'll play it. Alright. Do we go Deso, Tahuti, Shard here, or something else? I think I'll just go Deso. I can go Soul Gem instead. I kind of like that as well, actually. A bit more sustain never hurts. Just pre-ages some of the burst of his ult. I felt like my 3 actually did like way less damage than it was supposed to there. Maybe not. I misplayed that a little bit. All good. Nice kill.
Your right tower is under attack.
Yeah, having Book there, a little bit sad. Very weak item non-stacked, obviously. Didn't really expect that, but happens.
Release.
All good. Did you go Sands over Conduit on Newt in mid? You could. I mean, it's more scaling, less pressure. That usually is fine in mid. So probably.
Tactical fury.
On my way.
Myth, that is exactly why. Because they're OP. Most OP things ever. It's a good Hades build. I mean, there's like damage Hades builds out there that work right now. You just kind of go like Conduit into Chronos Pendant and then You can go like Gem of Focus, Tahuti, Shard, upgraded Blink, and then Magi's or something. It's probably quite good. I mean, that's like a damage iteration. I don't know. I'd have to think about it a bit more, but that sounds fine.
Okay.
From the heavens.
On my way. Ultimate is ready.
Ultimate is down.
Gank right lane. Rampage. Yosh.
Beyond comprehension.
An ally has been slain.
Take it back here. We go into Soul Gem here. Yeah, I mean, Deso is like obviously good, but I just feel like Sustain might be
Watch the gold
the way to win this one.
On my way.
Like a little bit at least. Maybe this is just like bad, but whatever. Hopefully it's fine. We'll see.
Your left tower is under attack.
Sorry, 1 second.
Your right tower is under attack. Your right tower has been destroyed.
Okay, these rocks are up. I'm just gonna like walk at them. The root on him, this should be good.
Crash upon
He's
them.
not playing his jump. He never jumps. Fair enough, I guess. Okay. Basic, thank you so much for the sub, bro. How are you? Thank you, man. It's the best solo to main right now.
From the
I don't think you should be changing who you main based on what's meta or not. I think you should main like what you're good at. But I think Yorm's like a good one to play. Odin's always really good as well. OC's always quite good.
comprehend.
Miss how Mulan felt. I mean, I feel like she's in an okay spot. I can't really speak on feel. I haven't played Smite 1 in ages, but I don't think she like feels clunky.
From the heavens.
I really messed that up. This character's damage is like very weird sometimes. It's kind of her biggest issue.
Right.
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy tower. An enemy has been slain.
Or we should get a tower here.
Slain an enemy.
Got a big kill there. Just gonna kind of keep hitting this. If this Thor looks, I'll kind of just go on him. Not really afraid of him.
Your middle tower is under attack.
We get ganked now. Yeah, mid's on the way. Roots. Maybe it's okay. Maybe I'm out actually. Thor's not chasing, so that usually means the Merlin's probably not either. He's in mid, we're good. Alright, we get this. We get Tahuti. I think Pele's more playable. No, not really. I mean, she got buffed. I don't think that makes her a good solo at all. I think she still kind of sucks. Definitely fine in jungle, but... I mean, anytime a guy gets buffed, they'll be better, right? But does that mean they'll be good? Nah. I think they'll add back mannequins. I'm really not sure. I would have thought that a lot more starters would have been added by this point, but they haven't. So I don't know if there's a hold off because they want to add a couple in a batch or something else. I really don't know. I would have said probably like yes, but I feel like at the same time, some of this stuff probably would have already been added if yes. You know what I mean? But like that's not necessarily the case. I'm really not sure, honestly. What's up, Sarah? Scylla Aspect, in solo. Yeah, I'd probably go Warrior Zax. I think you typically do rush Yogis. You could go Lifebinder if you really don't want Yogis. You still, Scylla Aspect solo is like a little weird. It's obviously not bad. It's just so much better in support. Partially for that reason, you get to like get stacks easier. You don't have to commit all of your abilities to clearing. You can poke a lot more. I think going Sands is pretty reasonable on her. That'll help her clear a bit and give you some cooldown. So if you try Sands, that should feel fine. Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one because I do think her support, I think her solo is a little awkward as well. And it's just more so the fact that, like, she really wants to be hitting people and getting old stacks, and it's like it's kind of hard to do that in solo. Or at least in comparison to support. Okay, take it back. That was a little bit dicey, but we're all good. Go into blink components here first. TP left. Yeah, I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens with the starters. I do think eventually we'll get some type of starter item. I don't want to say overhaul, but like addition. I am a bit surprised that hasn't happened yet. So I do think that's a very obvious space to like grow in. But maybe there's a reason. I'm not sure. Okay, we'll shove left. What the hell is happening? What are these guys doing? Okay, these guys are coming now. I'm like so confused. But what was that? Okay, sure, I mean it worked. But probably just do Golder's thing. Definitely do hear the Thor ult louder though. Definitely do. Like that was impossible to not react to. So that is the bug fix, so to speak. That apparently has been a bug since release. So Thor, Thano, both a little bit worse for sure. But again, I don't think that matters for Thor. For Thana, it probably does because he's like average-ish right now.
Your team has destroyed the Pyromancer.
Be right back.
Okay, well we have Blink now. We'll go Shard last, and the build is done. over. Good
Your
ol'.
right tower is under attack. Your right tower has been destroyed.
Guess we could get ganked here. Should just do gold though.
Attack the gold fury.
This guy's gonna split. It's whatever. If he pulls him, it's good.
Your left tower is under attack.
These guys are all hiding, man. It's crazy.
Your left tower is under attack.
Shouldn't have blinked. I didn't need to.
The gold fury.
Did poke Merlin a little bit though, I guess. Yeah, it wasn't great. Yeah, the blink was just not needed. I freaked out there a little bit. Sages. Nice taunt. Just die here, that's quite good.
Beyond comprehension.
It's very low.
Your left tower is under attack.
Bit weird, but I guess we do live.
Now you see me.
Be right back.
Beyond comprehension.
Okay. We're just gonna shove left here. We have Shard coming. I think now we will just like word this up, and this should be like pretty won.
Pyromancer has arrived.
Ward the fire giant.
Just kind of have to be here.
On my way.
Whoops. You go to school today? Yeah, I did. How about you? Okay, let's walk over.
Star light, star bright.
You get a pick here pretty cleanly.
An enemy has been slain.
There are people here.
Beyond comprehension.
Bro, he healed so much. Holy. To be a little careful here. We don't want to get Thor ulted or something. That'd be bad.
Behold the starry night. Dash upon them. Star light, star bright.
Did hit him. He's healing though.
Beyond comprehension.
Okay, I'm gonna reset. Yeah. No, I mean it's fine. It's all good.
Now you see me.
Getting through it bit by bit. Unhappiness is never good. Dude, it's not. I agree. Oh, you're saying a joke. GG. Skip them? I see, yeah. You know, I have a quiz later today. I really don't know what it's gonna be like. Like, it's kind of... I mean, it's not nothing, don't get me wrong, but... Like, it's weird because it's the first one. So I know I'll do amazing on the second and third one. There's 3 of them for the class because I'll know the format and idea. But I hate when I feel like I don't have a... I guess I could have maybe done a better job of asking. But I hate when I don't really know, you know? That sucks. That definitely does suck. We're gonna go on him. Okay, can we just do fire?
The fire giant.
Should be good. I'm gonna ward topside here. Now we see one on the right, so obviously it's like limited on who actually could come here. Thor's in the air. Maybe I'm on vision. I have dash though. Oh, I dashed too early to it. Still dead. It's fine.
Die. Fall.
Missed. Whoops.
An enemy has been slain.
Bit of an oopsies by me.
Double kill.
Looks like we will just lose the right. Too bad. No point in backing at this point. It's gone.
Your right phoenix has been destroyed.
It's like not really a big deal. Obviously annoying, but we will just like group shove right.
Your team has
So
destroyed the fire giant.
it's all good. If he wants to push left right now, I guess it's okay.
Under attack.
I mean, it can work. It's a little aggressive, but I think we can do it. Just have to not like massively screw this up. Get some stacks here bit by bit. God, are you looking at? This is new. I don't know how long your break's been, but yeah. She was the last God of Smite one to be added. Nice to see you though. Okay, we haven't really made any leeway here. Did get a bomb off. My damage is like, I have shard on back, but it is enough. I just like a little inconsistent. I'm just gonna hold for space here. It's kind of a terrible, actually I hit nobody. Oops. Not good, not good. Bit of a stinker. He didn't need a stampede there though, we were fine. So we got some good poke there. Cooldown's kind of soon. I can blink 3-2 when they're up. Okay, not bad. I'll just 2 for poke. I walked into that? Are we for real? Holy shit. I don't know how I got pulled by that Merlin thing. I felt so cheap. Poke them again. Loki's pushing mid. Kind of like cycle over mid a little bit here. Chiron did dash to this, so I actually think it's like doable to just kind of... Oh, nope, I got one shot. I lied. Dude, that's so annoying. I didn't get my dash off in time, my bad. Still died. We get left Phoenix here. We should be able to get mid. Just bomb. Or, okay. Wow, that was late, but you got it. Oh, that's so fucked, man. He popped oboe on that. Wow. Sucks. Sucks, sucks, sucks. Little over aggressive by me. I thought that was gonna work. I just didn't get the dash off. Man. I guess so. I mean, I think that all got screwed by the fact that that Merlin combo clipped me before when it definitely shouldn't have, but oh well. Nice, dude. Yeah. Is physical damage new playable? Yeah, it definitely is. It got buffed a lot. I think it's fine. I wouldn't go like full strength new. I don't think that's worth doing for abilities, but if you want to go like auto attack, you know, regular ADC, it should be fine nowadays. Yeah, this game's in a good spot right now. Do you play any Mulan? I played her last game.
On my way.
The enemy team has destroyed the Gold Fury.
And if I see somebody, I'll just go on them. Looks okay. Don't have Blink, but I do have Aegis, so I'm not that scared. Too bad. Bro, he's just waiting on the corner? What is this?
Beyond comprehension.
Man, I just dashed into that. Ay, ay, ay. Sucks. Sucks, sucks, sucks.
Double kill.
I mean, it was a 2-for-1, I guess.
Destroy the right enemy tower. Retreat.
Bro, look how much 4 autos did. 800, 1100. We're up to 1300. Like 1460. Another 130, so we're like 1550, 1590-ish, whatever. Plus this. We're at 1800 off of 4 autos from proc damage. Like, that's crazy, no? And this hunter class, holy moly. Holy moly. It's like 1800 from 4 autos. Shit's insane. And he's not even crit. Damn, dude. Thank you, Jowler. How are you?
Be careful. On my way. Grip up. Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Still built? Yeah, unfortunately. Not always, but like most of the time.
On my way.
Okay, I mean, I did hit people with that. It wasn't bad. Dude. I don't know what to do. Whatever. All good.
Double kill.
Too bad.
Retreat completed. Defend the Titan. Defend the middle lane.
Rip.
Enemy team has destroyed the fire giant. Shut down.
Maybe we get a left Phoenix here? Probably not. This shit looks cooked.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has been destroyed.
Got some poke there at least. I mean, we'll force them back for now. The CFG is just like so broken. As you can see. Holy moly. Try to, we'll try to just like look for a pick or something.
enemy team has destroyed the gold fury.
From the holy starry night.
Retreat, right lane.
It's like hover mid. Is this guy gonna show? Oh, I think I have an inning here.
Beyond comprehension. Let the sky fall.
Not need a blink. It's bad. No way that dash doesn't hit him, by the way. That's so insane. Ah, fuck me, dude. Unlucky I'm cooked. Maybe not actually.
Slain an enemy. Have slain an enemy.
Push mid here.
Killing spree. An ally has been slain. Enemies have returned to base. Your right Phoenix is under attack. Your team has
I
destroyed
hit this.
the middle enemy Phoenix.
I don't have strength. How much should I do? Ooh. This shit will not work, unfortunately. Should respect.
An ally has been slain. Double kill.
Dude, this is so insane. Okay, man.
Your right Phoenix has been destroyed. Your right Phoenix is under
Okay.
attack. Your Titan is under attack.
We don't lose here. I just should have backed her away.
Though my body may die,
Shut
my
down.
love is
Deicide.
eternal.
Close, 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 close. All right, we'll get another 3K. I'll probably just go a strength one this time. We have this int one lingering for like a little bit.
Shut down.
Favorite god? It kind of just depends. Best way to play into backliners, I would just say to
Destroyed the pyromancer.
not get behind early, so you just don't have to fight a ton. You can generally stay pretty healthy and just outscale them and outtrade them pretty easily. If you're a tank and you're not behind, you're probably more valuable, and you typically do get ahead pretty easily after you're level 5 or so, if you're not like super screwed by that point. Yeah, I may as well go. I am a hybrid scaler. We'll be lingering with this N3K for only a little bit, so if we can get a fight in the next 90, that's like our best bet. We'll see. Timed you out. Okay. Gonna work top side here.
Be careful in the jungle. On my way.
I mean, we are kind of all poke. We don't really have real engaged in our drafts, so.
From the heavens.
See, so he's got fucking double defense on Kali.
An enemy has
Nice
been
pick.
slain.
I'm gonna ult this here. I think this is good.
Save them all.
You have slain an
It was
enemy.
good.
An enemy
GG.
has been slain.
A little tricky to play, but we brought it back. Nice job.
Light star
Nice.
bright.
Double kill.
2-0. Made it happen. Yeah, draft was hard to play.
Victory.
A lot of CC, and we didn't really have any objective shreds, so we can never really do fire even if we got poke, but worked out. Worked out a-okay. Thank you, Lucid, for the follow. How are you? Thank you, Snow. How are you doing? What does Wiseby have a sub? I think I got gifted one. I'm not sure. Thank you, dude. Yeah, no, we're gonna continue to play and should be a good time. This was just kind of like the, you know, preseason thing for everybody. So obviously it's not the end of the world that we won, but it was a really nice, great way to start. And definitely sweetens it up a bit. So yeah. Started playing some solo lately. I don't know. I think as long as you're playing like frontliners and you're playing them well, you'll like do well, right? So I think you can never go wrong with playing like Odin. You can never go wrong with playing Cab right now. He got buffed. It's quite good right now. Having trouble? I am sorry to hear it, dude.
Select your
It's all good.
path.
I know a lot of people's ranking up issues are just consistency, so that's like very normal. You know, when you're having like good games, it's kind of hard to see like what you're probably missing out on, and then when you have the bad games, it kind of crashes, you know, pretty drastically, you know. So that contrast is very jarring. I would just not worry about it too much. I think it's super normal to be inconsistent. That's kind of how it is. And the idea is that you're gonna, you know, let's say you have 4 bad games every 10 games and 6 good games. That doesn't mean you're gonna have a 60% win rate, right? Because sometimes you'll have a good game and lose, or even a bad game and win. But uh, ideally, you know, you'll be more consistent and be good, you know, 65 games out of 100 rather than only 60 or something like that. Can we expect another viewer spike this weekend? Yeah, definitely. So we have the skin drop coming out, I believe, this weekend. Or I think so. So that always bumps up the numbers. Like I think if Smite Prime had a skin drop concurrently with it, we would have seen like another 800 or so on top of what we saw, if not more. So because of that, yeah. Now Smite Prime EU is probably going to be a little bit smaller from a viewer base perspective. I think it'll still see a big increase, but that's in 2 weeks, or that's in a week and a half. That's not this weekend. So yeah, I have not been able to play Naja yet, but he looks very weak. Are you going to play Joust Smite Prime? Unsure. So a Pele solo. Okay.
Best of luck, my friend.
I have a Rama aspect support. That's too bad. Well, I guess we'll just surrender in 10 minutes. No problem. What does Roma aspect even do? It makes you like have 5 autos that all pierce, but are slower. And you have to reload. Then you have 5 autos again that pierce, but are slower, like shooting. It's not good.
Minions have spawned.
Not a good situation. All good though. Just brain off for this one. How have the queues been? I mean, they weren't great before. They're not great now, usually.
Retreat.
But that's just like a player thing. That's not like generally people trolling. I mean, it happens sometimes, but usually it's just like, you know, game quality is gonna be low if there's not great players playing. So, yeah, I guess average. It's definitely better than it was on a reset, but like that's expected. I don't think it got better post, but yeah.
Your middle tower is under attack.
If you need to grind up like 500 SR, who are you playing? I would play who I'm good with, man. For me, I'd play anything, but you should play who you're good with. Like I don't think there's not like some secret I'm trying to hide from you. But if I told you, hey man, the best pick you can play is Serb solo, which it isn't, but if I said that to you and you don't know how to play Serb, you're not going to climb playing it, you're just going to lose more, right? Cap last game, any tips? I think something a lot of supports players do is they roam a little bit too much. It's totally fine for you to just like hover duo and then come to mid really just for the ritual. And then just like go back to duo or only leave mid / the ritual area to go to rocks and then go back, you know what I mean? I think a lot of support players, but also to some extent mid laners and ADCs and whatnot, they will make some type of a stretch or rotation somewhere and they'll kind of just like linger, you know? And it's really a disservice to yourself, you know? Because if that happens, you're only hurting your own game. Sometimes your teammates too, but definitely your own game. I would generally never even bother coming to solo. It's almost always just a huge waste of time as a support player. And only other thing I would say is, like, this kind of depends on the draft. But like that game, we have me as our poker. So like our draft was a bit lopsided, but the idea is that I'm playing topside on Fire Giant pits and Gold Fury pits, whatever, to poke. Your best like thing to do is that once we have people sufficiently poked, you have to pull and tank, and then we just fight them when they walk in, you know? But like we never really pulled anything, even though we were poking them. Instead, you kind of like would follow me or follow whoever else, maybe it was Loki or Danza who was playing up, and they shouldn't have been playing up to be fair, but like they were. But you following them kind of reinforces them to stay up, you know what I mean? When again, if we're poking, but then we're following them after they're poked, we're not achieving anything, right? We're just stalemating the game, even though we have health advantages. So your central like play and ideas are on objectives, and I'm playing poke because I have better range, right? That's really it. But the point is that the poke is to get the objective, not to kill, you know what I mean? Unless it's like, unless it works, but it usually won't. And that's why that game, I think, stalled out kind of how it did. Okay, we'll go this. We'll go into Stampede. Do you play Arc Raiders? No, I have not. If you personally had a pick you really want to win with? I mean, right now I'd probably play Ardio or Thor. Those are some of my best gods. I'd probably play a lot of Danzaburo, honestly. I feel like that god has a lot of outplay potential, and I can kind of just, like, beat people. But...
My friend.
yeah, no, I don't know. I wouldn't really care too much. Maybe I'd play Mulan or Yoram or Odin sometimes. Thing is, I'm first pick a lot, so when you're first pick, you sometimes want to just pick something that's like always stable. Where like there's definitely games if I was fourth pick, I would be playing more Odins and more Herculeses and stuff, or maybe more Achilleses or even Guan Yus. But I just don't want to like burn that bridge from first pick because it's generally not that good of an idea. But it goes both ways. Like it also would have allowed for more other picks as well. But again, by and large, I don't really care about what I pick that much. Thank you, Coles, for the follow. You want to play Mulan? Okay. Thank you, Raikwoa, for the follow, or for the sub, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, and for the follow. How are you, bro? Thank you, dude. How are you? I mean, I guess we can... never mind. I was gonna say we can force his ult, but, like, to be honest, I really don't even need to. Get ganked here. Definitely getting ganked here. Go gold, boys.
A new threshold.
The enemy team has destroyed the Gold Fury.
So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Shouldn't happen again. That sucks.
Rocky road.
You shouldn't go Voidstone. The rest of it looks like okay. I wouldn't go Warrior's Axe. I think Sphere, you know, is a bit weaker than it used to be. It got nerfed. Dwarven Plate did get buffed. I probably wouldn't go Sphere. I probably wouldn't go Warrior's Axe. But, like, you know, that's not, like, terrible. It's just not what I would go. Want to get good at support? What's the biggest tip? Kind of what I was just mostly saying before. I think a lot of supports really underestimate the fact that, like, farming is very important for their role as well as it is for every role. And that doesn't mean you're soloing camps and stuff, but what it does mean is that you're not doing anybody a disservice if you're massively behind. So if you're able to, like, be strong, especially at, like, neutral objectives, be it mid-ritual, gold, the dual lane camp, rocks, whatever it might be, and you're in these spots quickly and before other people, or at least on time, as they're spawning, you're gonna have a lot of good looks. So it's just being at neutral things on time while also being strong, and if you're not strong, not going. But you do that, you should do pretty well. Overall presence, yeah, I mean, I would say so. But I think that's something that every role struggles with in lower ranks. It's just that as a support, like, it's a very crucial thing, and I think that's by and large why supports tend to stink. It's because it's something that all roles need to be good at, but it's the most punishing if you're bad at in support, because you don't have, like, a dedicated lane you can just farm in the same way.
Your middle tower.
So you're really getting your farm from winning fights and neutrals and stuff, you know? But if you're having bad fight quality, or you're not at the neutrals on time, or you're having to sack them all the time, well, what's going to happen? You're going to get really, really far behind. Is Roma being present? No, not really. Why is Bluestone? I think you just kind of want the clear, truthfully. I know your autos hit hard and stuff, but the clear feels good. I think the HP 5 that this gives with Yogi's combined also feels quite nice. And Bluestone also gives you max health, so all of that like kind of culminates pretty well together. Gives you some nice damage as well. I don't think Axe is like actually bad, but I don't know. I've really enjoyed Bluestone on this god. It just feels good, honestly. And like sometimes when I am streaming, I'll try to explain things from like a numerical basis, blah blah blah, this and that. Here's why this is good and why this is not good, and like you can use that, but there is like a level of like, does this just feel good or not? And that's ultimately like what I go by in virtually everything, you know. And all of the explanation stuff is really just like a backlog that I have for YouTube and stuff to try to like communicate it, but yeah. Okay. W, dude.
Who is our tank?
Oh man. Is this ranked? Yep.
Your middle tower is under attack. An ally has been slain.
You had a shutdown on him? Really? Damn. Okay.
Your middle tower is under attack. Rampage.
Well, oh well. Man, oh man. Do you ever go Dagger of Frenzy? No, not really. The thing is, like, if you're rushing Dagger, or you go Dagger in general, you're gonna lose a lot of tankiness. And, honestly, it's just not worth it. Like, yeah, your damage potential can be good, but if you get CC'd, you kind of just die. And, yeah, I don't think it's ever worth it. Is that all? Well, I mean, look, like, if you could just, like, use a guidebook to, like, get better at Smite, there would be plenty out there. Those don't exist, and they don't exist for a reason. I'm giving you general rules that, like, can be broken, and sometimes are broken, like, on purpose, you know? But if you can, like, do those things more often than not, I think you'll definitely see some improvements. The biggest thing, though, is as a player, like, you're making decisions in real time, right? Whatever those may be. So the biggest thing is, I think, just trying to be like semi honest with yourself about like what you're doing right and maybe wrong, and if you don't know, that's fine. But I would at least try to keep those things in mind and like use that as like a feedback loop and ask yourself how good you've been doing at those in your future games. I think it at the very least gives you a jump pad.
Your left tower is under attack. But will do. Your right tower is under attack. An ally has been slain.
Too bad. Why is he kind of owning me? Damn. Bad goat. Actually does some damage, low key.
Calm down and nom nom. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. An enemy has been slain.
Take it back here.
Your right tower is under attack. An
You've been
enemy
hoping that button does something.
Enemy ultimate
What I will say, did that go through or did I click off? I actually can't tell. No, I did. I'll get it taken care of, hopefully. It's all good. And Pete. Rama's a TikToker. He's gonna have to say goodbye to that TikTok real soon, unfortunately. Ay. I'm sorry, dude. It's not me. But 07, dude.
rock and roll. Awesome. An ally has been slain.
Alright, we'll walk mid here. In a bit of trouble here, actually. A whole lot of trouble. I'm dead as balls, boys.
Your middle tower is under attack. Unstoppable.
Actually, not that huge.
Has been slain.
Please.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Is the health from yesterday fixed? Well, it's not bugged. It's just bad. But there is a bonus balance type of thing coming out tomorrow morning that will buff Kins and Reaver a little bit and nerf Thebes by 100 health and Yogis by 75. That's pretty nice.
Your right tower is under attack.
What's up, Tears? How are you?
Rocky roll. Your right tower is under attack. Crunchy.
Take it back off here. Does Yogis actually deserve it? I think so.
Enemy missing right.
You know, the thing is, like, really, like, Lash was a damage item, like, definitely. But what was Lash's, like, underlying issue? It wasn't that it was a damage item, it's that it was a damage item plus a sustain item. And sustain items in general are really tricky and usually not great for the game when they're very good. Or just sustain in general, right? Like, it's polarizing, I know, and this is somewhat subjective, but I think, you know, the concepts of, like, sustain builds or super heal builds and stuff like that is generally something that they try to avoid and that every game tries to avoid. And it's why, like, Vamp Shroud doesn't get buffed all the time, right? So, point is, right,
The enemy team has destroyed
is, what is it called? Sorry. The point is that I think Yogi's falls into the same idea as Lash. Not that it's like a take damage item, but that if a sustain item feels like more often than not the best choice of item to go in a brawler lane, I don't think that's desirable. You know, like, I actually think solo lane is in like a pretty, and mind you, I want to be clear, a 75 health nerf is not going to remove Yogis out of the game. It's just going to take it down a little bit, you know? I think, like, right now, solo lane, or at least before this patch, solo lane build diversity was in a really good spot, and I think this will kind of help it return to that, where it's like, you have the Golden Blade, Triton's Conch, choice on Ama. On Chalk, you can go a Carver build with Flash, or you can go Triton's builds, or even a Runeforge build on, like, Mulan, right? Plus, like, you have the Sphere of Negation rushes, or the Lifebinder rushes on gods like Baron, so there's a lot of different stuff, and it kind of depended on the god you to play. And then on, like, Hurricane Cab, you could go Pendulum, and even, you know, even amongst existing characters, it's not like you only had one build you could ever do. Like, Odin could go Yogi's Rush, he could go Triton's Rush, he could go Runeforge Rush, you know what I mean? Or even a Breastplate Rush some games, right? So, there's a lot to choose from, and I think if there is, like, a fairly decent consistency to that choice, you want to try to preserve it. And Yogi's was just the one that's like, hey, it's just like a free health potion taking all the time that scales better than some of the other items. So I think it's reasonable. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, this guy's just like trolling the game, griefing and refusing to surrender, and his buddy, or I don't know if this Kali's good with him or he's just like fucking stupid, but it is what it is. Yeah, it sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It does suck. But sometimes, guys, it just is what it is.
Your left tower is under attack.
Because I gotta be honest, I don't think anybody knows this guy's a TikToker. Sorry. You wrecked Yorm earlier? Yeah. No. So the Yorm build, sorry, it might show for aspect, but when it shows for aspect, when you click on the build, it should delineate somewhere that it's for both. That build is for both, though, aspect and non-aspect. I think it just default shows aspect because it needs to show one of the cards as a visual, and if aspect is included, it'll show the aspect card as the overall card. But it should be somewhere once you actually click on the build that it's both. And yeah, it is both.
The enemy
Thank you, Vera, for the follow. How are you? Nausea solo be viable? We'll see how the aspect looks. Probably aspect will be quite good. Currently, I don't think so. I think currently he's pretty bad.
The enemy team has destroyed the pyromancer.
So yeah.
Your middle tower.
Retreat.
An ally has been slain. Your left tower is under attack.
Help.
Too bad.
Spree. Your left tower has been. Your left phoenix is under attack.
Unfortunate, guys. Unfortunate.
An ally has been slain.
What's this yellow? Is that is that gluttonous grimoire? I think it is.
Your left phoenix has been destroyed. Your left
Not
phoenix
sad.
is
I'm
under
just like
attack.
defeated, bro. To be honest, this was brutal. Like I'm not even somebody who like tries to personally get somebody like banned, but dude, if you're just gonna like hostage after like doing this, it's just like I don't know. My hand's forced. Sorry, I guess. GG. GG.
Defeat.
You're unsurprisingly done. Dark. Um. Sorry, 1 second. Give me a second. How are we guys though? How we doing? Doo-doo. How do I use this snip tool? Oh, don't need to actually. Okay. Cool. Let's keep it going. There we go. Alright. You're always so chill when things aren't going well. How do you keep such a level head? I don't always, dude. To be honest, if I wasn't, if you know, if I pretended to, I mean, I did report him. I'll report him again though, just in case. Yeah, if I pretended to you that I was always like not tilted and whatever, I'd just be lying, and I don't think it's good for me to. I don't think it's good for me to lie. Obviously, like if I can avoid it, especially, you know, white lies sometimes are good things to do, but I should be honest about things. When you're streaming or you're doing a YouTube video or something, it's pretty distasteful to look bad by choice. I think number one, you know, if and I've seen this in Smite, and I've seen this in other games. There's like very negative people who are very complainy. I don't want to be like that. Just like a choice, right? So I think whenever you're mad or angry or whatever the case might be, you do have a choice in the matter, right? And that doesn't mean it's not annoying or something, but especially if I'm going to be streaming or something, you know, it'd do me good to not make myself look like an idiot. But I also think some of it is just, some of it is just a, what is it called? I think it's just a perspective thing, you know? Like, I probably won't have to deal with that guy again, and I don't even care that, like, somebody griefs a game that I play in. Like, it's annoying, obviously, but it's not the end of the world. It's just more so the fact that, like, I look at this guy's tracker, he's doing this every single game, no matter the role he's in. So, like, I am not the first, and I will definitely not be the last. So, like, it's one thing if it's a one-off, somebody's just tilted, and that's that. I tend to kind of, you know, be a little more reserved on stuff like that. But yeah. I'm not really sure why I'm playing Serb. I didn't really know what to pick, and this god is not that good, but I don't know. I mean, I like Serb. He's just a weird character to me. Like, he's not terrible, but he feels strange. I think he needs some shifting. I feel like negative's the default for people. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's crazy to say. Don't think that's crazy to say at all. But, you know, it finds you, like, in a lot of ways, like in music. A lot of music's very negative. I don't think that's bad to listen to or something, but I've found in my own life that, like, I stopped listening to, like, music that was, like, kind of, like, down or just energy, like, heavy that's, like, negative, you know what I mean? Just, like, sad lyrics, stuff like that. It actually, like, I think improved my quality of life, like, pretty quickly. I'm not saying that was the only thing, but I definitely noticed, for me, staying away from that stuff helped me out a little bit, you know? So yeah. Yeah, no, the you can play whatever you want thing, and they've semi-walked back on it. I think they just explained it poorly. It's like you are able to play like yes, it is somewhat discretionary, but like we as people have the ability to be discretionary for a reason. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, come on. There's no argument there. That was just dog shit, right? And it is what it is. Any merit in limiting items the support role can build? Nah. Definitely not. Like, you should be able to build stuff. I don't think, like, okay, to make a more role identifying, in some cases, balanced game, could setting hard guardrails benefit? Sure, but I think expression's important, even if it's not used. Like, I'll put it to you like this. If you go to a restaurant, and you probably would only get, like, one of 3 things, but you see a list of, like, 30 things, I feel like that, I don't know, there's something special about that, I guess. You know? You might never get 27 of those 30 things, because it just doesn't seem like something you would personally like, but it's nice to at least have the choice, right? And I think builds and stuff can be like that too, where it's like, look, I'm never going to build Asclepius as it currently is, but the fact that it's an item is like, you know, you'd be missing one if you didn't have it. Doesn't mean you can't make these things better and can't find ways to make certain things better and more viable, but obviously some stuff just won't fit certain rules. But I don't think that means you have to hard, like, bar it, you know? And some people might say, well, then doesn't that mean that, like, these weird garbage supports are only non-reportable if they do well? Yeah, I guess, but, like, I don't know.
Minions have
I don't know.
spawned.
It's tricky. I am sorry, Moofish. I'll do my best, bro, to vacate. I am playing Serb though, so you have a good shot. Don't worry. But like again, like somebody having a game where they pick something weird and troll and kind of shit the bed or whatever is like one thing. If I go on an account and you're only playing one character in every single role no matter what and just like literally just inting games like this guy is, it's like, alright, well, it really is what it is, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna feel bad. Sounds good, dude. Good luck. So, you know, because we have conduit and stuff, our whole job is to just out clear and then try to stun him. That's really it. I can look for neutrals and stuff, but if I can just like poke him more, then I can look for the neutrals anyways, and he'll be low. So I don't mind that at all.
Nothing gets past me.
Be careful left. Enemy missing.
Okay.
I'm on it.
He's gonna win this. Cool. You can see he has this dash because that didn't do that much damage. So it's good to keep that in mind. Yeah. Well, he canceled me out of my jump. Heartbreaking. All good. Okay, we like one him a little too close to him, but bro, one did 90 damage or something. No, or maybe it did more. Maybe it did more. As always, don't need to kill him.
Easily done.
And we probably won't kill him realistically. It's just kind of not an easy thing to do.
Enemy missing.
Kind of a weird roam by this guy. I mean, I get the vision, but like, the thing is, if I'm doing well and you like potentially risk to help me more, the only person who can really get screwed over is you, and that's kind of what happens here. It's just very unnecessary. I think a lot of people, like, maybe I'm wrong and I'm not trying to like self-glaze here, but I feel like if I was just like Billy Bob 22, he probably wouldn't have done that. And it's like, I stress that not as like a self appraisal, but like genuinely, it's important to play for yourself. Who cares who's on your team? Do the like right play. The right play is a lot of the time just playing for yourself. In fact, I've actually tried to help them and I've kind of almost died for it, but it's okay. We got a bees at least. Take it back here. We don't have enough for yogis. Again, that whole escapade was pretty shit. It hurt me too, actually, which sucks, but Yeah, hopefully it shows you something. It's all good, dude. I mean, to me, the biggest issue with this character is not even that he's, like, terrible, but I feel like his damage scaling doesn't really exist. Like, his base damage is fine, but I feel like you should be rewarded more for building damage, which I don't think you currently are. But more importantly than anything else, you know, he's supposed to be an anti-heal guardian. That's like his identity, and his anti-heal is 25%. It's no different than anybody else's. I feel like if any god were to have more anti-heal on them, it'd be this one, you know, but it's not the case. So yeah. Like, I'd love to see Serb get 40% anti-heal for his passive. It makes sense for the character, you know. Could you retroactively nerf him a little bit and add 10 seconds to his ultimate or something? Yeah, fine if you really want to. That's fine by me. At least then he has a role as, like, yeah, this is the anti-heal god, which is what his role always has been. So, like, that's not, like, egregious at all, you know. I think that actually would help him feel a lot more distinct. You know, one of the issues that, like, the anti-heal situation I think has created in the way they've done it is they've made some characters I think a little bit more, like, homogenous with one another, and I don't think that's a good thing, you know. Like, I think it's generally good when characters feel diverse, and because there's, like, a slew of gods that you pick and they have 25% anti-heal attached and that's the cap, that's just very strange to me. Like, shouldn't Izanami be at 40% and Agni 1 be 10% and Chalk 3 be 15%? You know what I mean? Like, different numbers at the very least. I think this, like, hard cap is kind of bleh, to be honest. I don't get it. Especially when they're all the same. Alright, all good. Oh, sorry. My bad. Bro, I really thought that was him. My bad. I wasn't looking, to be honest. I looked back, I saw Wukong, I just ulted. Oopsies. It's all good. We got a good ult. I'm gonna back here for Yogis. And then go into breastplate. Yeah. If you were a Smite CEO for a day, what's the first thing you would add, change, or remove?
Enemy spotted.
Enemies in middle lane.
I don't think that's entirely a CEO thing, but I get the spirit of what you're asking.
Ultimate is ready.
I'd probably
Ultimate is ready.
get more stacking items in the game, honestly. That's probably what I would do. They don't have to be necessarily stacking items like Transcendence and stuff, but I would make stacking items more defined, and I try to get more in the game. I think it's a really fun part of MOBAs that everybody kind of enjoys, or at least a lot of people really enjoy, that I don't think Smite has ever really done very well. Or at least of Smite. I don't want to say of MOBAs, because it's, you know, Smite has stacking in a different way than some other games, but I think there's a lot more room for it to be a lot better, and they kind of brushed upon some of it in Smite 1. But them not, like, going into it more this game, I think has really been a bit of a miss. Soul Reaver and Kin's changes are good, man. It's good to see them get better. They're, like, yeah, they were too strong once upon a time, but now they're, like, way too weak. So there's always a balance to these things, and I think the redesigned concept is good. It just needs some love, and they're doing that, so I think it's a good look.
I'm going for jungle buff.
Do you have any high-res buddies? I mean, I wouldn't say buddies. So I'm an ambassador now, which basically means that it's not just me, there's, like, quite a few ambassadors, and they all give some feedback in a more direct line of communication for stuff on the game. That doesn't mean everything everybody says gets taken into actual, like, account. You know, naturally people are going to have conflicting things they say and whatnot. But least more direct suggestions rather than like
On my way.
somebody just speaking to the void, you know, or on Reddit or something, which might be the same thing. And yeah, so like I do that. Obviously, when you create content for a game and you have some amount of recognition, you do like create some attention towards you, but like before becoming an ambassador, I never had like direct like communication. I mean, technically I had people's discords, but I wasn't like, and even now, obviously, I don't sit there. Again, the ambassador thing is not for me to go DM Kilgoon and be like, hey man, let's do that. Like that's not how that works. It's very much, here's a Discord channel, here's these different channels, here's what you can suggest, talk about, ask about, whatever the case might be. So, you know, there's stuff that like I've suggested that haven't been implemented and probably won't, and that's okay. Like, that's not the point. The point isn't let's make this my game. It's I have a greater chance to have things that I think be at least considered. And if 10% of what I bring up that I think is a good enough thing to bring up gets added, I think that's a really good situation, you know what I mean? So, like for example, you know, one of the things I wasn't an ambassador at the time, but I made a Necronomicon video, and that like spurred that item to get changed. I think that was a really good situation. Like I definitely think if I did anything from that, which I know I did, obviously, that was a really good look, you know. So super happy about that. So do what you can, you know.
Missing middle! Enemy missing middle!
I'll show you a thing. Or two. Take this.
But I mean, realistically, dude, what I'm doing is a very, in many ways, humble thing. I'm literally just playing a video game.
On my way.
At the end of the day, that's what it is. I'm a lefty.
On my way! Be careful!
Ultimate down.
Okay. Got breastplate here. Going to Genji's. You used to like when there were bridge items.
Ultimate is ready.
Yeah, I think bridge items are kind of dead as a concept. I kind of did too, but bridge items primarily spanned in the concept of like you would probably not finish your build in a game, or if you did, it was like not super common. The way that like gold is generated on the map nowadays is there's much more of it, which means that like bridge items functionally don't serve a ton of purpose. It's much more that you would go regular items and then just like finish your build and then go a 3k or something. But before, when bridge items were good, it was like back when there were boots and stuff and all that. So it was just a very different game, you know? And yeah, I think that's mostly it. It just was a different game. And this guy's unhappy. Honestly, bro, it'll get better. I feel you.
Be careful, right.
But yeah, it's kind of it's kind of just that. Is that the same one? No, it's not.
I'ma smack ya. I'm so out of here.
Enemy missing left. Cancel that.
Enemy ultimate down!
Killing spree.
There was like a comment I got in one of my, I want to say it was in one of my streams. I thought it was funny. They were like, have you been recognized yet in person? I was like, dude, that's never gonna happen. Like, literally ever. Never, ever, 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 ever. Bro, I have to be like, Snet Nation has to be global for you to get recognized. You know what I'm saying? That'd be insane. That would never happen currently. It was funny though. I am honored to think that that was even partially non-satire. I'm also dead as balls. Damn it. We're right. Pete. Alright, we're gonna go into I think Pridwin here. It's cooldown. Yeah. Yeah. You recognize me? Thanks, Goat. I did not see you at the gas station, dude. I'm sorry.
Your right tower is under attack.
Save yourself! Enemy ultimate down!
Is that the Smite Prime champ? Dude, it is. It is. It doesn't look like it, but I promise you it is.
Been slain.
Do you play with anyone from school? No.
Yes.
Enemies in left lane!
Attack the
Your
front
left tower is under attack.
Set up an ambush here.
Your left tower has been destroyed.
down.
Group up.
Enemies in left lane!
Ultimate is down.
What up, Big Nate?
Your left tower is under attack.
Sun got canceled there, man.
Enemies in the gold fury!
This has to be like okay, no? Bro. Okay, this Thor, not cool.
Group up.
Dude. That wasn't good. I bet on that. I'm just playing this fight terribly, I think. I mean, it should go okay, but it was just very bad for me. Here does die here. Still play this a little bit.
To rest, to recover.
An ally has been slain.
Just blink.
Gets past me.
Couldn't cancel my 2 right away. That was very weird. I don't think I would have normally missed that, but it's very odd.
On my way.
Yeah, maybe I would have, dude. What the fuck is happening? I'm just missing everything. I don't know. Ah, whatever. It's fine. This guy does die. Never mind.
Nice job!
Sucks.
Chase the enemy!
Holy. You an Xbox? I'm not, no. Oh, you're not sending me.
Your middle tower
Yeah, it probably
is
looks
under
like it.
attack. Your
You
right
think they should
tower
add more
is under
items that
attack.
change god abilities? I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't really have, like, suggestions. I mean, I think it's an angle you could go through. I would say, like, just because there's a lot of different systems that are existing in this game that are probably a little bit underdeveloped, I would probably think that it'd be better at first, at least, to flesh out those systems. So, like, for example, should we add or experiment in a different system of build item identity when, like, currently it feels like the starter item, like, you know, thing is underdeveloped? Probably not, you know what I mean? But I think there will come a time eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later, where, like, I don't want to say we feel bored of all the items we have, but, like, we feel like we've explored some of the branches of which we've done. I know people are quick to, like, dismiss new ideas and stuff, but active items was like a new idea in this game. And I think it
Okay!
landed itself very well, you know what I mean? So, like, I think there's definitely space for, like, something very, like, game-changing, even if it's in a moderate amount of items. But I do think, like, if we were to go into anything like that, we'd at least want to see, you know, like, Redstone come back and Sigil and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be those specifically, but I do think our starter item repertoire right now is like very lacking, and honestly, anti-heal is kind of lacking. I know it's gotten buffed, but I mean in terms of nuance and interest, right? Like, I think a big reason why some people were happy initially with like healing being shifted to anti-heal, like lack of anti-heal, or at least optimistic about it, was that there would potentially be some really cool applications and stuff, and that never really happened, you know? So, so yeah. Do you think the UI for buying items needs a rework? I don't have an issue with it, so I wouldn't be the right person to ask. I would say no, but like, maybe I'm in the minority on that. I have no idea. Aspects are the worst things about Smite 2. You've been seeing a lot of input about that. Would you agree or not? I wouldn't say they're the worst thing. I think that's really extra and not indicative of like what people think. I think this, and again, like I don't want to speak for other people, but I just off of what I typically see, I think a lot of Smite players have always over-exaggerated, i.e., this is the worst meta, blah blah blah, or this is the, you know what I'm saying, or like this is the worst this is the worst that, especially negatively, sometimes positively too, but more often negatively. So I would say no, definitely not that bad. But some of the bad about aspects, because it is not all good, is I think by far, Naja's a really good example of this. Right now, he's very weak, okay? But Naja as a jungler is how the base iteration is meant to be played. In Smite 1, Naja had enough, I think, global, and maybe this wasn't by intention, but this was shaped up to be this way, that Naja was playable in solo, although niche, good in jungle, and at times overpowered in support, and other times just okay. But he had a relatively okay spread of viability in 3 roles. In Smite 2, they say, to hell with the 3-role viability spread, base is going to be hard focused towards jungle with this crit mechanic, and we are going to make an aspect for solo lane / potentially support. So for some people, and I think this is a valid critique, you are taking away some of the intrinsic flexibility of the god to pivot them harder into a direction, to then make an aspect, to pivot them harder into another direction, rather than creating a more rounded set of numbers and scalings and abilities and stuff initially, like Smite 1 did. I think that's a reasonable take to say that that is a bad thing. I do. And I think where the frustration comes is that, like, Newt Aspect was semi-cool in design, but way better than base Newt. Now Newt Aspect is completely dead because it's been nerfed and neutered to the point that it's like unusable. So was anything really accomplished except a period of time where a aspect was super frustrating and then became unviable? The balancing of these things are like not very good, honestly, of a lot of these aspects. And there's instances that break the mold for this. But oftentimes it's like you either go the aspect or you don't, and there's not a lot of in-between time. And you can say that that means bad balancing, like XD high res, like you could say that. But I think it also like points to the fact that like there is something intrinsically non-balanceable about aspects on a character without divulging and effectively just making an offshoot and damn near a second character at that point. And there is like a level of like, did we need to do aspects for some of these gods, or could we just have used this as the building block for a new character that we could have been adding? And I also think that's fair. Like, I don't know. I don't have a great answer for it. I'm definitely torn. I do think aspects overall are a good thing, but like, you know, I think Osiris aspect is emerging to be one of the better designed ones, where it clearly shows a different playstyle. And it clearly is different, and it clearly builds different, and it clearly plays different. But it's not really something that you play outside of solo, although I guess you could play it in mid. But even now, like as time is passing, it feels like Osiris aspect is aging quite poorly, where it's actually becoming worse and worse each patch. So I'm not saying like we need to huge buff Osiris aspect, but I think it just shows that, like, is base Osiris in a good spot right now? Sure, but now OC aspect is slipping. So what do? Do you buff aspect OC? Do you just keep it as it is because aspect OC was extremely frustrating for a long period of time because it was too strong? It ultimately just comes down to problems about the balancing at the end of it all, you know? What's up, Zen? How are you?
An ally has left the game.
I think that's like semi-fair, Kaios. Like, I do agree with you that I don't think we need an aspect to come out with every god. I think Daji was actually a really big victim of this. Like, I think Daji's aspect was so overpowered and obviously broken, and then it got gutted, and now it's unbuildable ever. And it's like, did we need an auto-attack Daji aspect in the first place? You know what I mean? Could we have gotten something that worked better and maybe allowed Daji to be played semi-tanky in solo lane with like a slightly different flair? Or maybe we leaned more into the infinite scaling for an aspect or something. Or just at the very least something that was more balancing from like an initial premise standpoint. And again, I don't think you need to release things with the intention of them being balanced, but if it's either all in good or all in bad, it's at the very least, I think, okay to just pause on it and wait, you know what I mean? Because you have characters now that are like Newton Daji aspects are never going to be built again, you know, unless they get like buffed pretty heavily. And it's like, is it worth the is it just worth a period of frustration to then gutting to then never seeing again? Obviously not. Like, that's not a good thing, you know, but that does happen like quite often nowadays, you know. Yeah, I would not mind like a wait on aspects. I don't think they're nearly as important from a they must come out type of thing at all. So I do sort of agree. We get some prots on Thebes. They're really trying to make it a health only item in this game. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think about these Yogis and Thebes hot fixes? They're definitely needed. They're way too strong right now with these health shred items sucking.
Group up. Attack left lane.
Yes.
We need wards. Attack fire giant.
Yeah. No, I definitely do feel you on the aspect thing of sometimes they're just better versions of God. I think Geb's actually a great example. Geb aspect is just a much better Izanami. But it also is just that like Izanami freaking stinks, you know? So, but yeah, I mean it's like a fair point. Yeah, you can probably just do fire. We got some beats there and stuff. You think Wukong is any better? Yeah, for sure. I think he's like okay. Soul Reaver got buffed a little, Kins gets buffed a little, Thebes and Yogis lose a bit of health.
Enemy ultimate incoming.
The Pyromancer has arrived.
How did he die? This looks terribly lost, but... Man, what a mess. What happened? How did that go so bad? The fight was so split. I'm so confused. I know I was just walking around like a fucking circle there, but what even went wrong that fight? I'm so lost.
Killing spree.
Enemies have returned.
We just all died suddenly. I don't know.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has been destroyed. Your middle tower is under attack.
I think Geb aspect? Yeah, Geb aspect's like, I mean, I don't think it's the best thing in the game, but it's definitely like Geb aspect compared to base Geb in terms of value. It's like, I'd say I put Geb base in like C tier and Geb aspect in like A plus or maybe even S tier. So it's like, I know it's a completely different take on the character, but I don't think any discrepancy like that should ever exist. That's just like nuts to me, you know?
Enemy missing.
The enemy team has destroyed
What's up, Steve? How are you? Have you given Loki aspect solo a go? You know, that's honestly like the most asked question probably I've gotten in the last like 3 weeks or so. And I guess it's because like Professor Loki made a video about it. I don't know. I think that's where it comes from. It's definitely, I think if anything now, very overrated. I wouldn't put it even in A tier. I'd probably put a B tier. It's not terrible, but like it's definitely not something I'd actually really recommend.
Enemies in middle lane. Be careful.
All right, we're gonna back here.
Please.
Do I just go spectral? I guess they don't have anti-crit. I know they don't have crit, but the auto attack is just good. Yeah, we'll go this. Go Nem. Kind of the same thing. I think she just kind of does nothing. Would I have a Loki or a Nem on my team? Probably a Loki. That's close. They're probably about the same tier, though. I think they actually have the same exact issue, which is just they're stat checking characters, and if they're not ahead, they don't do anything. But like, there's other stat checking characters in the game, like Kabrakan, but they have CC and stuff, you know, so it's quite different.
Save yourself.
I am okay. This Naja ults, unfortunately, does not kill him there. That sucks. Naja full damage crits the, or hits the full damage Rama and does 30% of his health bar. Oh man, dang it! That would one-shot him in Smite 1, dude. What the heck? I will do a Naja solo video soon, but he blows. Thank you, Furious, for the follow. Yeah, he definitely just does no damage. It's not even a field thing, bro. He just doesn't. That is not a bad take. Your intuition is correct.
On my way. Ultimate is ready.
Bro, like, look at this guy's build. If this guy was playing Mercury, honestly, Merkel might do more than Naja. Not actually, but it's not as like, it's closer than you'd think. Oh, rip. It's okay, that all was very forced.
Be careful.
Take it down a notch.
This guy die? Nope.
Enemy ultimate down. Completed.
The number's similar or less? It must be much less. I don't really know what they did with his ult, but yeah, it just doesn't hit hard. Apparently, he's gonna get buffed though.
Ward the fire giant.
So, we'll see.
Yes.
Enemy missing.
Be right back.
Enemies in right lane. We need
Be
wards.
careful.
Why do you think Loki aspect's not as good as people say?
Be careful of the
Because the character doesn't do anything. I mean, that's really the biggest issue. Like, what does Loki actually do as a character? He has no CC.
Enemies in middle lane.
His damage is fine if you're ahead, but if you're behind, it's useless. His lanes are okay. I mean, they're not anything super special. They're not horrible, but they're not... You know, it's not like a Jormungandr or something where you just spawn in winning solo lane. So, you have non-exceptional lane phase. You have no CC. You're not really a frontliner. So what do you do? Like, literally all you do is the fact that you're tanky enough to kill a backliner. But again, that only works as if you're ahead. And if you're ahead, that means you played better than your opponent. And you could have just done that on a better god. You know what I mean? So it's like... None of that is like Loki exclusive to me. Like, I feel like if you're having constant success on Loki solo, you could just go play like a better character and just like do better, you know? And like, great, if you're having success, great, but I don't really think it's like a Loki thing. I think it's probably just a you thing at that point. Because I don't see it out of the kit, and yeah, I have played it.
I'm honestly impressed.
Group up. Let's turn up the heat. Attack
But I also don't think people are like going around saying it's OP. I think it's like people saw a video from a guy who's a Loki main who did well in like probably about Obsidian and are like extrapolating that big picture, you know what I mean? Which is like fine, you know, like I'm glad people are enjoying picks and finding success with them. That's awesome. That's what you should do. But I don't think that actually makes it good. I think if anything, that actually shows like how much less relevant meta is than people will stress it, you know? And that's something I try to talk about a lot, where it's like ultimately meta is like relatively subjective, and what you're good at and what you have success with is ultimately what you should be playing. And so like what I say or what somebody else may say is like less relevant than that subjective and like personal
My way. We need war.
experience, you know?
Defend middle lane. On my way.
On my way.
What's the point of PTS if those things go through? Yeah, honestly, bro, I'm with you. I have no idea. I don't think there's any point.
Ultimate is ready.
Is Sylve Aspect decent? It's okay. It's kind of like Mulan in some ways. And what I mean by that is it has actually pretty decent... I think Mulan's better overall, of course, but it has pretty decent lanes, but the big issue with the character is it's very gankable. And you can just like play something that's good pressure and less gankable. So yeah, and I think Sylve support is really good right now. So Sylve Aspect, if you go like Golden Blade Rush and then you just build full tank, I think is solid and like doable. But yeah, it's just like risky. And the problem with risky picks is like, for every like 5 games they feel good, if the jungle like puts high attention on you or you like minorly mess up the lane, you're gonna have some absolute like gargantuan stinkers. And like, yes, some of it's like a skill issue moment, like yeah, maybe you fucked up, but there is also like a level of like, if they don't want you to have a good game and they pressure solo side, you're gonna struggle a lot more than you would if you were playing at the same level of skill on something safer. And so then it's like, do I want to pick something that risky? I would say like from a role identity perspective, definitely not, but like the upside does exist. It's just, you know, risky. There's like nothing to do. Oh, that sucks. For W Ymir Pule. They get the blink on. This guy is ulting. It's not looking too good, guys. It's looking okay. Alright, it's not looking too bad. Really good Merlin 1. This character does no damage though, man. Like, holy. Nice. Cooked. I played it a bit bad. We got another upgraded blink down that fight. Maybe they kill Thor. If they do, it's really good. They do, nice. So just Merlin up, or just Agni up. When will Stewie be back? Next week. Is Naja good? Currently, no. Though Aspect comes out on Friday, and the Aspect will probably be pretty good.
Attack middle lane.
Enemy ultimate incoming.
Be careful,
No
on
trouble
my
at all.
way.
I barely had to lift a finger.
On my way. Enemy missing. Enemy ultimate incoming. Be careful.
Ally has
Damn.
been slain.
Too bad.
On my way.
Shut down.
Well cast.
My
Completed.
condolences.
Retreat.
Just reset or...
I don't think we can ever do fire this game. Oh man, this is like freaking so... I feel like no movement's being made. How do you know when to fight and when to hit the wave? A lot of it's going to be trial and error. I think generally, if you don't know, hit the wave, but yeah, it just kind of takes time. You'll kind of just like feel the right decision. When's the next comp match? We're scrimming next week, so next week we'll have scrims at least. Probably next Monday.
Be careful, left.
Easily done.
On my way.
On my way.
Enemy
On
missing.
my way. Attack middle lane. Be careful right.
Your right tower is under attack.
It's catching a wave.
Enemy spotted.
Oh man, I am too tired for this, bro. This is like a positional ass game, and I am not locked in enough. Okay,
On my way.
let's try to focus up a little bit. That is so lame. It's a good ult though. Beats force, ult force. My freaking ult got cancelled. Beats force again. Did pull 2. Caught his dash. Gonna win spread out, it's okay. I mean, it's a 1 for nothing, but we are semi-poked. It's fine.
On my way.
Did pull Agni. It should be goodish. Again, we see where Thor is generally. I just have to restrict his movement here a little. As long as I do that, it should be good. It's actually a really great look. Rama just spawned, so our job is to just kind of ride this wall and like keep him out. I don't need to commit because I'm gonna lose the fight. It's literally just keep him out. Obviously, he can just ult. That's the issue, but until he can ult, we keep him out. We don't give him an easy walk-in, you know? Like right here, we just kind of blink for space. Is that guy like... There he is. Ulted him. GG, guys. Well done. Nice. Good replacement for Yogis? Nothing. You're still going Yogis. Nice. Thank you, Sin, for the follow.
Victory.
What do you do in this game if nothing really happens? I mean, you're just going to have to keep playing around fire, maybe get some wave shoves on sides, whatever. Sometimes games can kind of just stall out, and that's just sort of like how it is, you know? GG. Thank you, Sin, for the follow. Top 3 solos have not changed. Yeah. All right, guys. I thank you, Eel, for the follow. I have school now, or not right now, but I have it soon. So I'm going to call it there. But I appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I will see you all incredibly soon. Have a wonderful one, guys. 3-1 today, so not bad. We had a griefer to lose our only loss, so we'll take it. See you guys soon. Have a wonderful one.